signing something? Oh, well, good thing you don't need to talk today. You just need to sign. You just need to sign. Just need to pause it. How have you been? It's interesting. That seems kind of.
Hello, folks. If you could make sure that your cell phones are silenced. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you who are here in the sanctuary and to those of you who are at home. And I'm Sharon Tice. I'm your practitioner of the day. So if you will settle into your chairs. Relax your muscles. Close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Focus on deep, even breathing. Thanks. Plant your feet on the floor, feeling the energy of Mother Earth coming up through the ground, through the floor, up through your feet, and bringing the wonderful energy of Mother Earth up throughout your body, up through your face, your head, and then all around you. Notice any areas of tension and focus on relaxing them. Again, take a few even, deep cleansing breaths, breathing into your belly. And return to your natural rhythm. Breathe in peace and breathe out stress. Create a calm space in your mind. Observe how you are feeling without judgment, and allow all tension to simply float away. Slow your mind and center yourself in peace. Pause and be aware of Spirit's presence. Let go of any inner noise and focus only on the silence. If random thoughts interrupt your silence, simply notice them and let them float away, focusing again on your breath, on peace. And as you begin to return to the room, know that during any time of stress or tension, you can stop, you can pause, and spend a few moments focusing on the presence of Spirit. Taking that pause can be very powerful in helping to step back from the stress of life. So remember to pause and focus on calmness, peace, and silence. Namaste.
Love it. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to CSL Prescott. I'm Jackson Roush. I'm playing music with you all today. That is a privilege. Oh. I'll tell my mom you said so. Yeah, because without her, I wouldn't have taken piano lessons as an overactive child, they called me. Hyperactive, I think, was the word. Anyway, great service today. So happy to have Tom and Krista Agostino back here today, crooning some tunes. And, of course, we have Reverend Tracy here giving a talk on the power of the pause, which I don't know whether she spelled pause P-A-U-S-E or P-A-W-S, and I guess that's the cliffhanger we're all going to have to wait for. But what I do know is there is power in affirming the positive and the knowing and trusting that goes with that, and the benefits you get from just knowing that all is well. And as we like to say here, that cuts across many so-called religious divides. And Rasta is no different. The power of positivity ranks very high, and perhaps reggae's biggest ambassador, Bob Marley, wrote a song about that called Three Little Birds. And yeah, I'm going to boss you around and make you sing it. How do you like me now? But the real boss, ladies and gentlemen, is Bob over here. So sing along. Don't be shy. You are now officially a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Prescott Tabernacle Choir. Goes like this. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. You sound so good. I rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melody pure and true. This is my message for you. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I said I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. Well, I rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melody pure and true. Well, this is my message to you. One more time. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I said I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. No, I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I said I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright.
All right, I'm going to steal this now. Thank you. I can't decide where that needs to go. Good morning. What a beautiful Sunday. Oh, the weather here, right? So nice. Coming up from Phoenix, I thought I'd get stuck in traffic, but everyone's already here camping somewhere. We came Friday, and Bill's working on some things around the building, fixing the drywall, and I noticed, we painted here. Doesn't it look lovely? And that's driving me crazy. But we'll leave it. But that's why it's kind of crazy looking, because he fixed our wall. He's fixing the lights in the vestibule, and so we are beautifying our center. Yay, right? I picked the right one. All right, and so it is always just my deepest and greatest pleasure to be here with you. I always get butterflies when I come and goosebumps, because when you're on purpose and you're doing what you love, Spirit just fills you up and just teaches you so many things. So I have a couple of things. I really want you there at home, online, to sit down, eat your cereal, eggs, breakfast, ice cream, whatever. Join us. Please come in person next time. And if you're at home, just notice on the screen at some point you'll see text to give. We are open to receiving your love and abundance, so that can be returned and multiplied. We have practitioners here to hold your truth and to recognize that indwelling spirit when we sometimes are caught in the circumstances of life and we can't move or breathe. Call a practitioner, meet with one. They have the ability to just see right to the heart of the matter. You won't regret it. We have phenomenal practitioners. Just a reminder, I did tell you last week that Glory G, my friend and mentor, my gift to the center, I'm flying her out here so that she can be in community with you. She's going to hold a satsang, and this is when she sits and your questions help the teaching arise in her. And she will give you direction and loving guidance, and I really invite you to come see her. She's going to do a generational healing where we do drums and Howl at the Moon outside, and she will be doing the Sunday service. So that is my gift to you for your gift to me for installations. Please take advantage of her. She's amazing. So also we're having the field trip to Clay's, our own very own Clay's play. We're going to have a field trip, and Kathleen will talk more about that, but I just wanted to highlight that it's going to be a lot of fun, and get your tickets and come with us, and let's spend some connection and community time. I'm really excited about that. So here we go. We're going to get started with our service today, and I just want to tell you that I love you, and I hope you have enjoy the Sunday now and when you leave. Just spread the love.
Good morning. I'm your practitioner of the day, Sharon Tice. And so let us pray. For what I know is that there is only the one that is known by so many names throughout the world, be it Spirit, God, Baha'u'llah, whatever name, it is the one, the only. It is love and peace. And we, being part of that one, are entitled to all good things. And so, this morning I know that Spirit is here with us, all around us, amongst us, in and through us. And this service is blessed. I know this to be true, and so it's with great joy that I release my words unto the law, knowing that as I do, it is so, and so it is.
Sing this with me. God is, I am, right here, right now.
God is all there is. Our reading for today was from the words of Jack Kornfield from The Sacred Pause. In a moment of stopping, we break the spell between past result and automatic reaction. When we pause, we can notice the actual experience, the pain, the pleasure, fear, or excitement. In the stillness before our habits arise, we become free to act wisely. And if the candlelighters could come up. The Center for Spiritual Living in Prescott is guided by the science of mind, acknowledges the diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. So lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths humans take in search of meaning and purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of heaven and earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of indigenous people everywhere, and their close and sacred connections to the earth, the sky, and the waters. For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess traditions, celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nature and nurture. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. And so if we could read our affirmation. Has love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere. And so it is.
Hello, everyone. Notice this is Labor Day weekend, so we're going to do a song here by Pete Seeger, who definitely represented the working person in his music. The song is called How Can I Keep From Singing? And a little commercial. We're doing a How Can I Keep From Singing Angel Band Festival on Friday, September 20th at the Highland Center with Henry and Maria Fleury and Eric Ramsey. And we're going to sing songs of faith, hope, and deliverance. And it's based, kind of inspired by this song called How Can I Keep From Singing? flows on in endless song. Above earth's lamentation, I hear the real though far off hymn that hails a new creation. No storm can shake my inmost calm, but to those rocks I'm clinging. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing?
Although the darkness round me falls, I know the truth in living.
And though the tempest round me roars,
Songs in the night it giveth.
no storm can shake my inmost calm. But to those rocks I am clinging. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? Come on, Jackson. When tyrants tremble sick with fear and hear their death knell ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing?
Life flows on in endless song. Above us lamentation,
I hear the real though far off hymn that hails a new creation. No storm can shake my inmost calm, but to those rocks I am clinging. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing through all the tumult and the strife? I'm in my music ringing, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? I said, since love is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing?
Well, that was beautiful, and Jackson was jamming on those keys, huh? How can we keep from singing, right? When we are in the right frame, we know our truth, the pause is settled in, life is good no matter what's going on. I don't know about you, but that's the time I get the goosebumps, and you really understand that life is, it's how can you keep from singing? I really just love that idea. And the Three Little Birds and it made me think of, I was singing Esty to sleep last night, and you don't want to hear me sing, but I'm going to tell you. I sang to her about the sun, right? Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, you came out just for me. And you go to sleep, and then the moon comes up, and then I know it's perfectly. Right? And I just make them up, but it's so much fun, and I am so grateful to be here. And when I first come out and I stand in the welcome, I kind of lose myself a little bit, because one, I'm so excited to be here. Two, I'm looking at all your faces, and Clay puts this beautiful affirmation up that I've requested of him, and I always forget it. Because I just get so excited about being here. But anyway, here we go. Did you hear about the burglar that broke into the pastor's house? No. This burglar broke into the home, and he was looking around, and he heard a soft voice say, "Jesus is watching you." The burglar looked around, kind of confused. He turned around, and his flashlight, he saw a parrot in a cage. He asked the parrot, "Are you the one talking?" And the parrot said, "Yes." He asked the parrot, "What's your name?" The parrot said, "Moses." And the burglar asked, "What kind of pastor names their parrot Moses?" And the parrot said, "The kind that names his guard dog Jesus." I've redeemed myself from the cats. Yay for me. All right, we are talking today about the pause, the feel, respond, master your emotions, awareness before taking action. And Ernest Holmes aligns us with this quote. We must be careful not to confuse subjective emotions with spiritual realization, but wait upon the Spirit of truth, which will give us a clear perception of a reality and the knowingness when to seek and proceed and take action. Isn't that beautiful? He's telling us here that often in life, because we're people and we all have different experiences, that we can react instead of respond. And his encouragement to us is to pause. And I have really been thinking about this all week. It's, when you're writing a talk, the talk happens to you. And when you're married, it happens through you. And your relations with your family and your marriage is always your highest karmic situation, because you're with them constantly. Your choices and actions can sometimes bring an immediate reaction. And the wantingness to respond with love and kindness instead of, "I know." Sorry, that was loud. Are you going to tell me that again? Really? And then, we retreat and we think about our response, not only in our relationships with our family, but our friends. So I really wanted to dive into understanding the need to pause before responding. And so the primary aim of pausing before responding is to interrupt that automatic emotional reaction, that creating space for that internal indwelling calmness to settle in. The practice for managing emotional triggers and situations, it really helps us to understand and value that which we're pitting ourselves against, possibly, including ourselves. When we learn to pause in the objective world with the people in our field, we also learn to pause in our minds with ourselves as that recording is running rampant. Some situations, just in case you didn't know, that might require a pause. Rejection or perceived rejection. I don't know about you. Can you think of a time where you were rejected and it really hurt you and you wanted to say something right away? Unjust treatment or criticism. Being excluded or ignored. Disapproval or criticism from others. Feeling unwanted. Insecurity or self-doubt. Failure or perceived failures. Public speaking or social situations. I know, I lost an earring. See, things happen and you just pause and put it back in. There we go. Things happen, and I wanted to talk about real life situations so you can put yourself in the position of thinking about when a pause may be required. So some points about the pause. When we seek to interrupt that autocratic emotional response, I think of a situation where you might receive a critical comment from a colleague. Your heart starts to race and you recognize that physical reaction, maybe anger, that trigger. It just really pushes your buttons. And we have to become really aware and start to practice noticing. So I know one of the things that my teacher has set me up for when I met with him was to notice first. When we start to become self-aware and we notice, we can feel that deep sense of dissatisfaction that we want to project onto others, thinking that if they comply, we'll be happy. And the truth is, even if they do comply, what we're reacting to is a memory of a circumstance that is seated in your mind from a distant past something or other. That it is rarely the person. So if we go back to the list and we're talking about rejection, that person might be demonstrating rejection, but we can't react to something that we don't already know. So when we are feeling a sense of rejection, we are really responding to that person through our situation, holding them accountable for what somebody might have done so many years ago. Bosses, parents, teachers, we traverse this life with so many relationships, and they're all there to point us in the right direction and to move us towards home. So the pause creates a space for a thoughtful response. In that heated discussion, pausing gives you time to think about your message without escalating the situation. I know I'm guilty of it. You can ask Bill. Because we're married and things happen. My sister, my mom, my brother, it just happens. And so we really start to look at the value or the benefits. Pausing before reacting creates an opportunity to respond. It regulates our emotions. It gives us access to better decision making. With the kids, I read a lot of books with the kids because I'm trying to do it right this time. Is there a right? I don't know. Because when Luke goes, now, I go, well, I guess I didn't read that book right. I need to go back again. But what you learn with children is they don't have access to certain parts of their brain when they're having a meltdown. And guess what? Neither do we. We are so in tune with the feeling and the frustration and the desire to be heard and seen, or whatever the issue is. We want to project that and make the other person the bad guy. But the truth is, we just take a moment, settle in, increase our self-awareness, and it allows us to respond in a thoughtful way. The value is enhanced self-awareness, improved interpersonal relationships, better problem solving. I don't know about you, but I like better problem solving. And decision-making skills. A lot of times, fear comes up and reactions happen because we're in problem solving, and we might have an issue where we feel in our life we haven't been heard. So it creates a scenario where it has to be my way or the highway. And then it really it puts everybody else out of the pictures, and then nobody's creativity can bubble up and come to the forefront because we're really busy reacting and trying to be heard. Think about a time where you experienced pausing before reacting, and how's it improved your relationships? How has it helped you to be better at communicating with your love or your loved ones? So how do we do this pause? Well, I'm a work in progress, and I don't stand up here to profess to have all the answers or have perfected it. But some of the advice that was given to me, I'll share with you for free. Deep breathing. One of the things we do with Luke when he is having a meltdown is breathe, Luke. And he'll go, I don't want to breathe. I want YouTube. I know you want YouTube. I do. But you can't have it right now. But what we can do is breathe. And he'll go, I'm breathing. And so if a 2-year-old can have the awareness to practice this, then we can too. We just have to start to become aware of when that feeling starts in our body. We won't always notice it in our mind, And before we know it, we've spoken and said something that we can't take back. Counting to 10. I don't know about you, but I get to 5 and I'm like, I have to start all over because I forget what number I'm on because I might be so mad. But counting to 10, we do this with the kiddos too. And he'll get to 5 and go, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, good for you. And physically stepping away from the situation. So if we can't really get there, it is okay to just say, I can't, you know what, I'm feeling something and I don't know what it is, so I just need to take a moment or a break. When Rev Kath was here, she had these cards that we could throw out that said prayer, you know, and it's a good time to just stop, pause, breathe, and recognize that our emotions are running high, and even maybe just settle in and talk about it. And you might even, through the love of your colleagues or your husband or your friends, your spouse, your partner, be able to get to the core wound. Because once the core wound is identified, it's no longer a problem. Did you hear this? Once the core wound is identified, it is no longer a problem. Then the awareness comes because you recognize, if you're me, you go, oh, he's doing it again, I'm going to react. And I'm going to just go into the room and sit for a moment and really bring my awareness to my body and what's bothering me. You know, the question you might ask yourself is, how can physical actions like stepping away from a situation help you maintain control over your emotional responses? Again, for me, stepping away just gives me a moment to take a breath so that I'm not unkind with my words and demand to get my way, which I don't. So then I just stomp my feet and wish that I could lay down on the floor like Luke and bang my head. It doesn't work when you're 58. No. So some questions about that, right? We want to think about those moments of pitfalls. If so, even with the best intentions, we slipped into these reactive behaviors. We recognize the signs and we recognize we're about to react. And it's important to understand that our reactions can often respond to those feelings of those past experiences, and we are no longer in the present moment where reality, nothing is going on. All problems are in the mind. All stories are in the mind. All thinking creates the situation. When you're in the present moment of reality, in the light of day, there is nothing going on. And that's why when you bring yourself to the present moment, by that pause, the problem goes away because it was never there to begin with. It was a memory of when someone was unkind, pushed you down, made you feel small, and you are not that. That's the good news about the pause, is you get to recognize your true nature and your truth. You get to go back in time and see that story as a falsehood. You get to bring yourself to the current moment and say, I am present, and there's an indwelling spirit in me that can respond to this situation much more than my mind can. So there are some pitfalls about recognizing or reacting rather than responding. And if we don't choose to pause, we can have difficulty breaking those habitual reactions. We can feel pressured to respond immediately. I don't know, but can you think about a time where, I think about my work life before a center and things at work can, if you don't think people are doing the things the way you should be done, you can really have something you want to say. And I recognize that it puts a tremendous amount of pressure on me to feel like I need to respond immediately instead of just saying, hey, I'm not ready to answer that, or I don't have all the information I need. A pause can sound like that. It can say, thank you. Email me and I'll get back to you on it. Misrepresenting the pauses for weaknesses or indecision. We can be afraid of this. We can be afraid that if we pause, someone might think we're weak. Another story, of course, an idea or a belief. We can fear that they misrepresent who we truly are, but the reality is the pause is who you are, because spirit is big, giant pause. It is a feeling of complete and utter bliss where there is nothing going wrong. That's why when you bring your truth into the light of day, well, the truth is, it's always the light of day. When you take the story away, when the smoke clears, as Hazel tells me, then your true self is there present, and it always knows how to meet the situation. But we might need the pause or to step away to align ourselves with who we are, drop the story, and come back and have a genuine conversation with yourself or others. You know, we might pause with hesitation, and that's actually a sign of strength. It's a sign of thoughtfulness. I often find when I pause, people say thank you. Thank you for just letting me know that you're not ready to answer that question. It kind of lowers the vibration and brings everybody into an alignment. And if the other person isn't understanding, it's okay, because you are the only one, really. There's only one. And if the other person doesn't come in alignment, that's okay. That's not your problem. We've talked about boundaries, and pausing really helps us to set a boundary. And if you're like me and you don't know how to set the boundary, you're like, excuse me, 1 minute. I need to step away, and then I go Google what's a boundary for this? And then I wait for the moment. I always tell Spirit, when that moment comes around, you've empowered me to have the right words, and I might even go back if I'm feeling calm and say, hey, I'm confident, blah, right? So there are so many ways. A pause is a particular skill of responding. And when we are at odds with ourselves, because I don't know about you, but when I react, I feel really guilty, right? And if I feel really guilty about the way I responded to you, I might try to stay away from you the next time, because I don't want to be accountable for the way I treated you, and I don't, and then I don't know how to go or proceed, right? And then they're like, oh man, she's still mad at me, and no, I'm just hiding. So that brings me to the last point. The last point is, what do we do when we don't know what to do? Navigating when you can't see the trigger. How to stay calm when it's hard to find clarity, when they've pushed that story that's so deep down, unconscious, buried behind the rocks, under the moat, through the castle we go. Sometimes you just can't get there despite your best efforts. We can't clearly identify the trigger. Well, if I were you, I'd call a practitioner. That's what I would do. And I do. Ask Hazel. I would call a practitioner and I would say, hey, I can't get to the point of this. And there are many practitioners that I utilize for different reasons, and they're all fabulous. But when it's really challenging, the pause helps me to at least respond thoughtfully. And I'm not always good at it, and it's okay, because we get to go back and start over again. My teacher, Reby, always used to say, don't worry about it. It's going to come back around. You'll get another chance. It'll always come back around until you find that little thing, that little pesky, flea that's making you scratch. So, techniques like grounding exercise and focusing on our breath, and a simple acknowledgement that it's okay not to have the answers, can really help us maintain our composure and prevent reactive behavior before the damage is done. When you're feeling overwhelmed by a situation and you cannot pinpoint why, just ground yourself. For me, it's like my mantra is, I'm a divine being of love and light. My nature is calmness, beauty, perfection. I accept people right where they're at, and that includes me. And I only know love. And it invites the most, I might have to say that 10 times, by the way, okay? Sometimes we just have to have a mantra to bring us back. And that breathing, following the breath, it really just has this way of slowing down the mind, and we can see our responsibility in it. Even letting go and releasing the uncertainty and the fear, because at the cause of all of it is fear. The reason why we need a pause is we've traveled into fear, an error in thinking, a false belief, about how we are viewed. And so if you're a people person or people pleaser, this can be exceptionally painful. And so whatever your personality type, there are lots of references online. And I have provided the journal sheet and all of those things so you can explore. But imagine a community where we are pausing, where we are recognizing our particular inclinations to see the world a particular way. Do we see the problem first? Do we ask, what does this moment need? Do we come into community and really hold ourselves accountable to what we all need to bring ourselves together to have that connection? And that all comes from our highest and true nature. And I have work to do. We all have work to do. That's why we're here on a Sunday, to learn how to do it. And we can make it a commitment to do it all together. So acceptance of uncertainty releases us from fear. If you're in a situation where it's just uncertain, just stay calm. My son used to do the chive, I don't know, like stay calm and carry on. You saw it on all the bumper stickers, you know? It's true. Stay calm and carry on. Or say, you know, just in the face of uncertainty, just go, there is one thing that is certain, and that is God, Spirit, love, life, beauty. And I am all of those. And so is the situation that I am facing. The last question I have is, how can you practice acceptance when you're unsure of how you're feeling in a certain way? Like, how can this help you respond more thoughtfully? Be generous to yourself and others, and just, you know, recognize when you're driving down the street and you've got your, you know, Daniel Nahmad blaring, and you're in the middle of your treatment, and you're like, I'm going to church today, and someone cuts you off, and all of a sudden you're, just pause. And remember, they're in a hurry to get somewhere, and you're just going to the center to celebrate your life and the life of others in a loving, beautiful way. Today, I invite you into the pause. I invite you into that space where your highest self is always at the forefront, because it is really who you are. I invite you into that field of love and light and beauty. I'll meet you there so that we can share at our highest vibration, our highest magnetism, and in the truth. You are already who you desire to be, and so it is. Grounding that in a prayer that I just know right here, right now, there is nothing going on but God. That we let go of the stories, we let go of the experiences, the situations, all the things that cloud our mind and keep us busy from being who we truly are. When we drop the pretense, the need to be something other than who we truly are, we embody all of who we are. This is the message of Ernest Holmes and all the great teachers. That love, that feeling of bliss, that is your nature. And when you are there, you are home. And if it slips away, it just means we've stepped into an error in thinking. We pause, reflect, and come back to our truth. After a period of time, the bliss becomes who we are, and the discomfort becomes so foreign that we do not travel there. And I am claiming that for this community, for myself, and for you and all we meet today. That as we practice this, we practice sitting in our natural state. In that natural state, God is expressed at the highest level, at your consciousness. It informs you, it gives you the path forward, it points the way, and your body, mind take action. It seats you in faith, and it grows it in consciousness, so that when fear arises, you can say, there is nothing to fear because I know who I am. And I recognize this truth, I proclaim it, I stand on it, I will not waver from it. It is the truth beyond all truths. It is the present moment. It is here, it is now, it is love. And I send these words for myself and everyone who hears them everyone who repeats them, everyone who comes in contact with us today, they want to know what's going on because we have the most beautiful way of looking at life, and we stand on that today, releasing these words into the ethers, knowing they cannot be returned void, because the truth always reminds you you are already free, and so it is. That was beautiful. I love the idea of the grace washing over me. That is a pause, isn't it? Someone told me once, just picture yourself standing in a golden waterfall and just let the golden light just wash over you. And whenever Jackson sings it, I just think about that waterfall just washing all the stories away. It is that time in our service where we talk about receiving, right? We often talk about giving, but I read something today that said in order to even talk about giving, you have to talk about how you receive and how open you are to it and the believability that it's coming and that it's already here. And so today I send out to you, we are open to receiving all the gifts of Spirit, however they come, time, talent, treasure, joy, bliss, just showing up. We'll take it all because it is the presence of God and us being able to see that that comes in so many ways. So I am just so grateful for that. And please with me, let's affirm that notion with our beautiful affirmation. Say it loud and proud. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, life. Thank you, ushers.
Okay, so what you're seeing is a chorus which you all have to participate in. This is, again, Labor Day. This is a John Prine song, and John Prine definitely spoke for the working person through all his music. It's called When I Get to Heaven. When I get to heaven, I'm going to shake God's hand. I'm going to thank him for all the gifts one man can stand. I'm going to get a guitar, start a rock and roll band, check into a swell hotel. Ain't the afterlife grand? And then I'm going to get a cocktail,
vodka and ginger ale. Smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl. 'Cause this old man is going to town.
Then, as God is my witness, I'm getting back in the show business. I'm going to open up a nightclub called the Tree of Forgiveness and forgive everybody who's ever done me any harm. Well, I might even invite a few choice critics, those syphilitic parasitics, buy a pint of Smithfields and smother them with my charm. And then I'm gonna get a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. Smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl. 'Cause this old man is going to town. When I get to heaven, I'm gonna take the wristwatch off my arm. 'Cause what are you gonna do with time once you've bought the farm? Then I'm gonna go find my mom and my dad and my good brother Doug. I bet him and cousin Julie are still cutting up the rug. And then I want to see my mom's sisters, 'cause that's where the love starts. I miss them all like crazy. Bless their little hearts. And I'll always remember what my daddy said to me. He said, buddy, when you're dead, you're a dead peckerhead. I hope to prove him wrong. That is, when I get to heaven. 'Cause I'm going to get a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. Smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl. 'Cause this old man is going to town. And I'm gonna get a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. Smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl. 'Cause this old man is going to town.
Nice. That almost made me want a ginger ale and a vodka and a 9-mile-long cigarette. I was thinking of my son when he wants me to pause. He's like, Mama, pause. And he doesn't smoke. That's what he said. My son Will, that's what he says to me. And I'm like, okay, I gotcha. It is that time where we'll invite the ushers up and we will pray over our receiving, and I will invite Miss Hazel, because you're right there, easy access. Thank you, and we love the way you pray.
Thank you. So let's just pause right now in this moment, knowing that God is ever present, filling our lives with joy and with happiness, and filling this center's coffers with beauty, with all sorts of money, so that we go forward, not only in expressing ourselves at the center, but going out and letting all know of who we are, the truth that is unwavering. And so I know that all these monies collected have been given in love, that divine love that abides within each and every individual. And so I bless it as I bless each and every person, knowing that it is all good, for it is all God. And so it is.
Thank you, Miss Hazel.
clean.
Right back at you.
Good morning, all, and happy Labor Day. Let's begin, as always, by having those of you who are new to our center this morning, perhaps you're simply passing by, notice the sign, curiosity got to you, and you came in. Or you've been away for a long time on a hiatus, back for whatever reason. We are delighted that you joined us this morning, so please stand if you are in any of those categories. Tell us who you are, where you're from, so that we can acknowledge you, welcome you, and give you only a welcome like CSL can give. Anyone new? No one. Ooh. Okay. I was going to say after service, browse the book and gift store. Don't need to say that, but browse anyway. Only 4 weeks left before the event of the year here at CSL Prescott, Reverend Tracy's installation as our minister. Those of you who did not and have not received a e-invite because you don't have the capacity to do so for whatever reason, I have your paper invitations, so please approach me and I will certainly make sure you get one. And also sign up for salads or desserts or both on the table in the lobby. These are for the dinner that's going to be following the installation. The volunteers who are planning this event meet next Sunday to firm up plans and details, so please attend. The meeting will follow the service. And we still need one volunteer for childcare that day and a volunteer for publicity, and please see Hazel for that. The carpet will be cleaned here at CSL on Tuesday, the 17th of September. And your help is needed on Monday and Tuesday. So if you're available and you've had your spinach those 2 mornings, please sign up to help. Our very own IT tech, Mr. Clay Smith, has written an original play, which we've talked about before, and it's going to be performed on stage at the Prescott Center for the Arts on Saturday, September the 21st. The play is entitled Threads. You may purchase the tickets online at Prescott Center for the Arts on Google or scan the QR code in the sign up in the lobby. I don't know about you, but I sure can't do that. Please sign up by September the 14th so that reservations at a local restaurant can be made, from which we will proceed to the play at 6:30ish. We'll meet here at the center first at 3:30 to figure out a carpool plan and then head downtown for dinner and the play. Reverend Tracy is heading this field trip. And just a heads up, on Sunday, October the 27th at 12 noon, Center for Spiritual Living Prescott will host their annual meeting. Please note this on your calendar and attend. And today is Birthday Sunday, the first Sunday of each month. So after Reverend Tracy chats with the kiddos, we'll ask all of the birthday Septemberians to stand and we'll sing a birthday wish to you. Get a bookmark from the practitioner, Sharon. And the list of practitioners are on the back and their phone numbers. Choose the one you would love to visit with, and they will certainly give you lots of spiritual love. As always, please check the table in the lobby and the computer calendar for all meetings, times, and dates of the events that are happening. And also, if you haven't done so, stop by the table and make sure that your information is up to date. Phone number, address, email, that kind of thing. So, wait a minute here. We've gotten confused. Yep, we got it done. So I think our kids are out there waiting for us, dying to get in.
He was so excited to get on stage, and then he ran backwards.
There we go. He woke up this morning. He said, I want to go to church. I said, so do I. Right.
Hello. So today we worked on the raffle, the upcoming raffle, and then we also played with children. That was basically the whole of our hour. Then we came up here. Oh, Luke, do you want to say anything?
You want to say anything? No? No.
That was his attempt at saying konnichiwa. Because today we also talked about peace, and it was like different languages is peace. I don't know. It was an interesting book. And so we taught Luke, for example, konnichiwa is the way to say hello in Japanese. Konnichiwa.
No, that's good. Birthday Sunday.
Let's go, and we will.
Oh, if your birthday is in September, please stand up so that we can acknowledge your birth and our gratitude for your being here. You get a gift from the practitioners.
You want to sing?
You can see Miss Sharon actually. There are bookmarks as a gift for you, which allows you to have a session with practitioner. It's a wonderful gift. Sorry, talking too much, and hit it, Jackson.
Happy birthday.
We sang that one already. Here we go, together. Everyone join hands. Okay. Over my finger.
Hey, let's say the benediction together, shall we?
Thank you.
Something
Kids.
wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind,